In this lesson, we're going to talk about using filters inside the schedules. So we'll start by creating a new wall schedule. Let's go down to walls and click OK. We want to add the type of the wall and the length, for example, and the area, and click OK. Here you can see that the schedule lists all the wall instances in the project. So we want to go to sorting and grouping, and we want to sort by type and remove itemize every instance, and click OK. Here you can see that we have a list of all the types in the project, and you can notice that the length and area are empty for most of them. This indicates, for example, that this type have multiple elements, that each one of them have different value for length and area. I want to add another parameter. This is the type mark and type comments, and click OK. So this will give us an information that's recorded and written inside the type. So here you can see that this is an indication to the property of the wall or what's inside this wall. This is a double block wall with stone finish. Here's a hollow block wall and solid block wall. I want to filter all the types that contains block. So I can use this block right here, and you can also see that we have the word block right here, but unfortunately we can't filter using the types. So for that we write some stuff we want in the type comments and use it as a filtering tool. So if we go to filter and click on edit, here you can see that we have filter by, and there's a blank, it's saying none, and there's some grayed out fields. I want to select this one and see that we have these parameters that are available to filter. And as I said, you can see the type, and for this we type this information in the type comments. If I use this type comments, so I want to use one of the operators right here. You can see that we have equal, does not equal, greater than or equal to, etc. So I want to use the operator contains and type the word I want to search for. So I want to type block and click OK. Here you can see that the items and the types are narrowed down, and what we can see is just the types containing block. Just an important note before filtering is that we want to make sure that the parameters are filled correctly. So if I go back and undo the order, here you can see that we have an RC wall, a curtain wall facade. Here's a rigid insulation instance. So if we go to 3D view and tile the windows, I want to select one of the walls and isolate the category. So each time I select anything, you can see that we have these instances. Actually, this is not an RC, it should be something else. So just we'll ignore it for now. Here's the curtain walls, and here's the rigid insulation. It's somewhere inside the wall. So to make the plan look better and looks correct. Here you can see that we have this hollow block, but it does not have the correct value. So I'll just type hollow block wall. This is indicating that we have a double block wall, so it's correct. This is backing, we don't want it. All of these are finishes. This is wall finishes, and this is bases or skirting. Here's a partition, but it's 50 millimeters, so it's not block. And that's it. Now we can filter and make sure that we are filtering correctly. So again, let's use the type comments and use contains block. Let's close this. And now I want to adjust the schedule, so I want it to show the wall finishes. So if I go to undo And here you can see the types as indicated earlier. And here you can see that we have a type mark value for the wall finishes. So to do this, I want to go to filter again and use another operator. So I want to start by filter by, then use the type mark, then use another operator which will be begins with, and type WF. So any word or any type mark value that begins with WF will be isolated and included in our schedule. So as you can see, here's just the type marks and here's just the wall finishes. If I go again to the 3D view, we can also just select like that and press Ctrl Tab, or we can just tile the windows. So here are the finishes. So if I isolate them, you see that these are the finishes I'm using. Now I want to modify the schedule and make it show the fire rating. So let's go back, click on fields and search for the fire rating and click OK. Here you can see that we have the fire rating values of the types. So I want to do a filtering that shows anything that have a fire rating of 2 hours. So I want to filter any wall that have 2 hours fire rating. So I want to go to the filter, choose fire rating, and use the operator equals and type 2 hours. Here you can see it only lists this type. I want to show this in a better way, so I want to go to sorting and grouping, and I want to itemize every instance. So here are all the instances that have 2 hours fire rating, and it happens that in this example they are from the same type. Also you can see that the individual lengths of each of the walls is indicated right here. But actually we don't need this information, so I want to remove it from the schedule. Also we can hide columns by selecting them and click on hide. Now I want to create another example using the fire rating as well. So I want to go to filters and to modify the fire rating. So I want to show everything that have a fire rating value. So if I go to the contains and type hour, this will show all the instances that have the word hour in its fire rating. So let's remove the itemize, and here you can see these are the fire ratings. I can also sort them, so we can sort by fire rating, not by type. So here you can see that this is half an hour, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. You can notice that this field is turned to blank since we have 2 types that contains the 0.5 hour value to its fire rating parameter. Again, let's create another example related to the wall finishes. I want to create a new schedule. This is a wall schedule, and I want to make it a finished schedule as well. So I want to include the type mark. I want to include the sizes or the areas of the elements and the lengths. If I go to sort by type mark and itemize, click OK, everything that have a type mark value will be sorted. The first row is indicating all the elements that does not have a type mark. So we want to filter this and use the type mark begins with and say WF. There's a way to show the area and length using the formatting. So if we go to formatting and select area, we can go to this tab right here and say calculate totals. We can do the same to the length and say calculate totals right here and click OK. So here's the total value of all the finishes of WF1. So every instance in the project that have the type and type mark of WF1, the area of it is 523. So it's summing all the elements. Let's do some change on the sorting grouping, and we want to itemize the elements and click OK. Now you can see it's sorted by the finish, but also I want to make a blank line between the elements. Now I want to make this schedule only shows any element that have area of 5 meters squared or more. To do this, let's go to filter and add another rule. This rule will be the area. We want to make it is greater than or equal to 5. Here you can see it narrowed down some elements. We want the areas to be sorted from the lowest to the highest. So we can go to sorting and grouping, and we can sort by another value. So we started by sorting by type mark, and we put a blank line check right here. So every type mark will have a different group. And then we want to sort by the area and click OK. So now it's sorting the areas from the lowest to the highest. We can do the same operations for length. And in future lessons, we'll use other filters as the need arises.